Origin's Omnipresent. We've actually talked about Origin before. I believe it was their last studio album, but that was then, and this one, unfortunately, was an album that I missed here in July. So let's talk about it briefly. The first thing that I have to say that it's been almost a month since this has been released, and I definitely have to give a shout out to the guys for putting out an album that a lot of people seem to be picking up, and not just my traditional metal faithful, the ones that I know are going to come in and pick up the metal in my store, principally because they're informed. I'm talking about people that really seem new to the fold, people that you wouldn't expect picking up an Origin record. And it definitely shows that this band is starting to, get a little bit more awareness and traction within the heavy metal community, whether it be just on the underground, but also swirling amid some of the industry's youth. So, good job to the boys for definitely attracting a crowd with this one. 34 minutes in length is all that Origin required with Omnipresent in order to really showcase their blistering assault of technical death metal, and it's definitely a beaut. This is an album that is able to showcase this throughout songs that are anywhere between a minute and a half in length all the way up to about 3 to 4 at the very maximum. This is dirty, this is grubby, this is one that definitely is in your face, kicks you square in your teeth, shits on your face after you're on the ground, and then decides to take your pants off and kick you in the dick a couple of times and maybe flicks your balls just for good measure. It's kind of like teabagging in Halo, only, this 2014. This album definitely is able to accomplish this because of the blistering riffs, but also because of its pacing. It's one that doesn't take the foot off of the accelerator. Instead, it just decides to ramp up the acceleration even further. If you heard a track that felt like it was going 60 miles per hour, the next track is going to feel like it's 70. 70 then to 80, 80 to 140, and 140 to levels that would make Marty McFly uncomfortable, which we've already done that, but gigawatts. We're not going to talk about all of that. Really like the fact that this album really does not fuck around. This is one that definitely maintains itself. It's one that does not decide that it's going to really slow down its pace, but at the same time also does not sacrifice the ability of its musicians in the process. This is not a band that this is not a band that feels like that they are repeating the same idea twice or thrice. This is instead a band that really seems like they have their controlled technicality very well documented and very well calculated out, and they are able to execute it with a beautiful style, not to mention with a fantastic representation on this album. Everything's going to feel nice and dirty. Everything's going to feel nice and chaotic for all the people that enjoy that. New fans are going to get a hearty dose of Origin with this album, and it's certainly going to be something that will hopefully explain to them exactly what the technical death metal scene, or really just the extreme metal scene in general, is all about. That it's definitely something that they themselves can really feel comfortable to continue to explore, even if they felt a little bit of discomfort while listening to this album. They'll learn that this discomfort is very normal, and it's something that's going to expose them to a whole new, brand new light and branch of music. I have to really praise the boys in Origin. This is one that I give high praise to. This is one that I would definitely give an 8.25 for, but it was unfortunately an album that I missed. I apologize. Let's move on.